Hi, Plumby. All right, today's Leader in Me lesson is put first things first. This song is called Getting Started. It's by Aloe Black. Good song. All about getting started, about what's important first. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen with you. All right, so hope everybody's doing good on the second full week of remote learning. And our quote is called "Happiness is always an inside job." So what does that mean to you? I'll pause that. Happiness is always an inside job. What does that mean to you? So I'm going to do the Jeopardy song. Think about it. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. So I'm wondering what you thought. What I thought is what it means to me is laughter. Love laughing. Sun, the beach. Who doesn't like to be at the beach? Well, there are people that don't like to be at the beach, but I love the beach. Beach water, a rush of excitement from a game-winning shot in sports. I was at game 2 of the National League, the Division Series, where Miguel Montero hit a grand slam. One of the best moments in sports. Seeing a student happy getting something that they didn't get for a while, helping someone in need, working out, being into a book like you're actually in it. So that's why I felt like I loved Harry Potter so much. Taking a nap, and middle schoolers, you love your naps. Listening to me Beatles, that's my favorite group, but I like all kinds of music. Friends, watching my kids grow up and spending time with family and friends, all really important things. So what does happiness mean to you? We're going to go into some slides. Thank you, Mrs. Harder, once again. What does it mean to put first things first? I'll play my song a little bit more again. So, okay, I work first, then play. Do you get your work done first? Especially during COVID days? So make sure you do that. I did send you a schedule with some opportunities to look each day on how you schedule your work. So make sure you do that. I decide what is most important for me to do first. I place my relationships into proper order. So what I'm going to talk about is the following. Do I procrastinate and get distracted easily or stay focused on what is important? Well, I'm going to be honest with you. COVID days, yes, it has been challenging. Okay, because you've got music, you got your phone, you have your social media, you've got the news. News is happening every day with everything that's going on. You got your animals, your cats. I had my cat claw me. I don't know if you can see that. I don't have the greatest office space. And other beings, there's people in here. I'm sure you have the same thing. All right, so, but focusing on what's important. I mean, the people in here are really important. All those other things are important. It's just prioritizing. And it goes right into my next question. What does it mean to prioritize? Well, I've got my notebook here. Actually, I was in school the last, 3.5 years getting my doctorate and just finished. And this is the notebook I was using, and now I'm using it for COVID days. So that's important, and putting things on a calendar. Each day I write down what I'm going to be doing, and you guys should do the same thing. It'll help you out a lot. And how much do I spend with those important to me? A little each day. But it's important to communicate that to the people in your house. Let them know when you're going to be on a Google Meet with a teacher or you're going to meet up with friends. Let them know when you're free. They really appreciate that. All right, next thing. What are your big rocks? Think about it. And we are going to go on to a nice little poem here. And I'm going to read it to you. There's a ship in the middle of the Atlantic, tossed and turned by waves that reel like madmen. Each soul is holding on, but to nothing specific, and many have accepted that this storm could end them. The waters rise on every side, leaving that ship no place to hide. The oceans rumble and thunders roar. Promise the vessel it won't reach shore. There's a leak in the hull of the ship now sinking, and the air within the hold has become wet. Now every soul on board is shivered and thinking, how many of our names will the world forget? The sea opens its frigid jaws, reminds the living of nature's laws. The boat goes under into the deep. Now only thunder sails over the sea. There's a ship at the bottom of the Atlantic, another grand vessel claimed by the angry sea. I only have one question bidding answer. Was the ship that never reached harbor you or me? All right, so my question is, have you ever felt like you were a passenger on a sinking ship because you had too many things on your to-do list? Well, this is what I answered in dark black. Yes, it's a horrible feeling. I feel like I need to plan, talk it out with someone, write it down, notebook, prioritize what needs to get done. And then consider what sacrifices you had to make to prevent your ship from sinking. What did you need to do? Okay, well, working together, using your accountability partner. Maybe they can help you, asking for help, ask your parents for help, ask a friend for help. Eliminate some of the distractions by moving. Those are some of the sacrifices you can do in order to make sure your ship doesn't sink. Now, if you remember, last week we watched Quaranteened Series 1. Well, we watched a portion of it. We're going to do the same thing because, first of all, it talks specifically to teenagers about how they're feeling now. And I found a clip here about finding your voice during this time. And I'm going to put it on for about 3 minutes. I might make comments while this goes on.
And then the third part of this, needs, right? What is needed by others in the world right now?
I think personally, when it comes to finding your voice, finding a need in the world is extremely important, because not only do we have to have our passion, like Divine said, but we have to combine that with kind of a burden in our lives and see that as our purpose and see that as a need in the world that needs to be fulfilled. And so I think a big part of finding your voice is kind of finding your influence in the way that you can make the biggest difference.
Thank you, Brayden. And then last, this piece around conscience, right? Aligning to our mission, our purpose. What are our thoughts around that?
I feel like for conscience with finding your voice, I think it's a lot to do with how you feel deep down, like in your heart. I think you have to stay true to yourself and find what enables you to be able to share your gift with other people, not for the benefit of what other people will tell you, but for the benefit of feeling happy within yourself and doing what's right.
Well said. So here's these 4 pieces. Put these all together, and this is the way we're finding our voice. So with that being said, team, as we come into this discussion around COVID-19, how do we see the impact, the power of using our voice, or possibly even getting more dialed into finding our voice? What are some thoughts around that?
Yeah, I think this time right now, less about like using it, but I think this is the perfect time for someone to find their voice, or if they have found it, begin like whatever it is, whatever they are passionate about. This is a great time for them to start like working on it and like really putting in like those like hours and perfecting it.
Nice. Other thoughts?
Definitely at least start thinking about what you're passionate about and how you want to make a difference, and how you want to change how everyone not sees you, and how you want to change your community, and in the smallest ways too, because small things lead to bigger things.
And we've been doing that through Leader Me, trying to change our community.
I really like what Luke said about putting in the hours now. I don't know if any of you are familiar with the book Outliers, but it's a book by Malcolm Gladwell, and he talks about,
I thought about bringing that up.
yeah, he talks about 10,000 hours and how it takes 10,000 hours like to master anything. And I think finding your voice goes hand in hand with that. Right now, while we have all this time, I don't know how much time it is or if it amounts to 10,000 hours, but I know that we have a lot of time to really commit to something and really commit to finding your voice and finding the way that you can help other people.
So think about that. We talk about middle school having a lot of opportunities, whether it's now, whether you've had them before, or whether you're going to have them in high school. Try different things. Try and find out what you're going to be really good at even as you grow older. Sometimes people don't figure that out till later, and that's okay. So while you're at home, while you're putting first things first and doing work, work on those other aspects of yourself. Try some different things. I bought a guitar a while ago. Maybe I should start trying to play it again. It's been a while. That's about it. This is my second lesson, I think. It could be third. I hope you guys are doing well. Make sure you reach out to me if you need anything. Take care.